Hi, Akilah. Really nice to see you on here. Thanks for talking to us today. Really appreciate it. Can I just get you to introduce yourself?
Yeah, so hi, my name's Akilah. I am the owner of Events with Akilah. I am a wedding planner based in London, and well, I'm new, but I love it already. And I focus on multicultural, intimate style weddings, and I can't wait to get started officially.
Great, that's exciting. No, we're delighted to have you on the course. Let's just talk a bit about that first. What made you choose the certificate in wedding planning?
So it was a tough decision because I was doing a lot of during COVID. There was a lot of webinars and Zoom topics based on how people got into wedding planning, and a lot of people are doing it for passion. And that was my reason for not doing a course before. It was all about, I have the passion, I can do this, and it wasn't until I spoke to Emma Murray-Jones, and she was like, Siobhan's amazing, I think you should definitely do this course. And I said, okay, well, let me have a look, do some more research. So I came up with loads of different schools. It was like all sorts of wedding planning courses online.
Wow.
And I did quite a bit of research, but then in the end, it just topped me at the fact that I could do something online live as well. So actually speaking to the trainer, because it always happens where you start, you have the best intentions, and then you just trail off if you're just left to your own devices. So that's the reason why I went with the Event School London. I also speaking to Maria, she was so effective online. I'm such a millennial. I love having instant communication. So over on Instagram, I was like messaging her and she was replying, and it was just great. So I just thought, yeah, this is definitely the course for me, because I need somebody just in case I've got a question. I just need it answered. So yeah, that's why I picked the Event School London online.
Great. Well, I was delighted to have you on the course. That's interesting what you say actually about it being live. I hadn't really thought about that it does keep you motivated as well, because yeah, it's literally like you've got to be in each morning to be on the register.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Register with them here.
And it's such a big commitment as well, just to actually show up. And what I liked about it is that you had to be on the camera. So it wasn't just, because it's so easy as well that you can just come on to a Zoom call and you could just turn your camera off and then do whatever you need to do, but you actually have to be present in the course, and which means you take in a lot more than you thought you would anyway. And plus you're great, so it's good.
No, I mean that's a good point, and I think that's an important thing that I've learned through doing the online courses is you've got to have that that rapport going, that engagement. You can't just, like you say, click the camera off. You're not going to get the same response to it, are you? No. And I'd say the same for me as the teacher as well. I don't want to look at a blank screen. You want to see everybody, and it is, I think you'd say it's a very engaged course, isn't it? We're back and forth. I love hearing the scenarios, because obviously somebody like yourself was in the very early stages, but you had started. So there's already information that you can share with other students or scenarios. And I think that's a real advantage to it as well.
It was really, and especially with the two other ladies, Elizabeth and Tia, who I was with, we all came from different backgrounds, in fact different places in the UK, even was it Belgium, and then also just the different where we were stages within wedding planning, whether we were just starting own company or even just looking to then move forward into a job. The fact that there was 3 of us doing 3 different things and the course fit all 3 of our requirements was really good, really helpful.
Oh, that's great. So I suppose, is that, if you were to say what were the advantages of it, or what did you take away from it maybe that you hadn't expected? Obviously one of them would be the engagement with others.
The engagement, definitely. That's networking within itself. So it would be good to connect with them again in the future, especially with all the other speakers that you had come on. So Alison, who else did we have? Britt, we had Anisha from Bride Lux. So that was really helpful, just seeing all of those experts in the field and meeting the Westminster registrars. It was just great meeting all of those people. So I can just say, I was on the Event School London. How are you? And they can just instantly be like, I can't remember, but hi.
No, but you effectively met each other,
Yeah,
albeit in the virtual world. And that was something that I wanted to bring in, because obviously when we shifted the course to online, one of the things was we couldn't go out to look at venues, but as you know, we had the virtual show round with One Great George Street. It still is important to me that you meet a few people from the industry, because it also, as a student, it gives you the confidence then to communicate with people like that, and just to know a few faces and a few names out there, you know, when you start coming to networking events or whatever, it's beneficial to you.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was definitely a win for me, so that was really helpful.
Good. And where are you at now then, Akilah? What next? What plans for events with Akilah?
So I am hoping to put together a micro wedding package. Well, I am in the process of putting that together, and that's obviously been born from what's happening within the UK with COVID, and just, you know, the uncertainty, the slowness, and I just was twiddling my thumbs one day and I thought, what can I really get stuck into? And that is micro weddings. I just feel like they're going to be really popular. They're already very popular within the US. So I've been doing, a lot of my research has been based on what's, you know, really working for them over there, and trying to work out how to bring it over to the UK while still having an actual wedding. So once celebrations and that can start happening, I'm ready. But also as well, it's just going to be a lot more fun-led, intimate, and still have that full scale wedding. So still have your bouquet, still have your amazing centerpieces.
And any other plans? What else have you been out and about yet? Obviously, because things are slightly opening up.
They're slightly opening.
Get to meet people in the real world.
Yeah, I've been really lucky. So before, obviously, wedding planning professionally, I saw loads of wedding venues, but never actually on the professional side as a planner. So there was a lot of things that I didn't know. So I actually visited I've visited two venues, which have been really nice. So this was actually this morning and yesterday morning, and just meeting the team there, seeing it in a whole new level that I wouldn't have looked at as if I was just a normal customer walking there. So it's been really, really helpful. A lot of networking on the over Zoom and Instagram. That's like my new thing now. And somebody said to me yesterday, you're really engaging on your Instagram. I was like, you should check out my personal. It's not that engaging. Nobody likes my posts. And she was like really impressed. She was like, well, you're doing so well. And I thought, thank you. But as well, on top of that, I'm still learning, still educating myself. So you also introduced me as one of the references to Maddie Shine, who is incredible. Her energy is on another level. And and I've signed up for her Blogging for Gold, which has been really helpful. But I can't wait to get started with her. She's just knows everything about SEO, and I can't wait. I'm blogging, and I can't wait to teach myself how to do it, so I no longer have to. I mean, I can outsource if I want to, but whilst I'm trying to, pluck up the income, I really want to be able to learn all of the tricks that she has.
Absolutely. And, even if you do outsource some at a later stage, it gives you a better understanding of your business anyway, and how things work, which is always going to be beneficial.
Exactly.
And, we're still, albeit things are opening up a little bit, but we're still in strange times, and weddings aren't going to be back to normal quite yet. So it's also a really good use of time, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a really good use of time. I mean, obviously with the baby on the way, or not on the way, but with my baby, it's been a real big commitment. So I'm just really, he's like my motivation. So just making sure that he's settled, and then I can, fire away with all these educational topics that I'm putting myself through. It's really fun.
No, good for you, Akilah. You've done really, really well, and it's a strange time to be setting up. And I think it's a bit like when we had the recession 10 years ago. You businesses that set up then were going to thrive, because you've kind of been through the worst of times, so to speak. So I'm delighted for you, and I know you will do well, and our paths are going to cross more for sure. And like I said on the course, it's such a great industry to be in, and I think you're already seeing that through the people that you're meeting and the experiences that you're having.
Everyone that I'm meeting, being so helpful. And I think it's more like having the confidence to actually approach everyone as well that's experienced and has been doing this for many years. Like, on a normal day I wouldn't have done that. And I think now that I'm, you know, meeting people like yourself on the course and all the other experts that are there, it's allowing me to say, okay, now I would like some help. How can I, you know, how can I do this? And, you know, what's the best way to do this? And what's happening? Can you give me your insight? And I think it's really building my confidence, because I mean, this type of interview I wouldn't have done before, which is really strange. Like, what is happening with COVID has literally changed me.
No, well, as I say, we're delighted to have you on the course, and I wish you lots of luck with it. And thank you so much for joining me today. And like I say, we will see each other again anyway. Yes. Thanks, Akilah.
Thank you. Thanks.